recovered. We have recovered. I
It is
see.
all.
No, not recovery. I want the report. What does the report show? Because it
Obviously, you know,
analyze.
they are following up those.
Yes.
Let us only say that they have, solicitors said that they have recovered that data. They are following up further investigating that.
Now, the second is whether, I do not know whether they have again examined Debashish Som, who happens to be one of the main persons concerned, because he was first examined, then he went into a hospital. He was released on the 12th of September.
Who's Debashish Som?
He is the main person with regard to the forensic. If there's any blotch-up being done with regard to the forensic report, squarely it goes to the North Bengal lobby and to this person called Debashish.
Debashish Som.
He's part of the forensics of RG Corp.
He has been examined.
He was examined prior to 12. Then he went, of a panic attack, he went into hospital. I think that's what newspaper reports say.
He was an employee of the Calcutta police, or?
No, he's a doctor from RG Corp.
Yes.
He's a forensic doctor from RG Corp. And who happens to be very close to the person, Molai, Banerjee or Chatterjee, I don't remember, and the main person who was the head.
Is shown in this status report?
I don't think, Manoj, I didn't get the name.
Just 1 second.
No.
Mentioned here, he was examined before hospitalization. And Manoj, I may not Manoj, right now say much on that.
Radhi, the report states anything about one person called Dr. Chandan Sen and whether his case file has been studied. Why it assumes great significance is that this Chandan Sen belonged to Ranaghat Municipal Hospital. He was murdered in the year 2003. Same fact. He was murdered, she was murdered. What was the racket involved? The racket involved was with regard to fake medicine. Medicine being sent out. And there was also a Bangladeshi module as per the reports of that point of time. As far as RG Corp is concerned, there is also a Bangladeshi module, whereby the bio-waste was being sent into Bangladesh.
But I would request my learned friend, rather than Manoj, detailing
Because
this in
Chandan Sen
report,
started-
let him write down and give it to me in a
We have
sealed cover.
already permitted anybody who wants to furnish any information.
Manoj, give me in a sealed cover and I send them in a sealed condition.
ये बंद कर दो।
Manoj,
It will not be appropriate to discuss it loudly. You just write it down and give it to me in a sealed cover. It would immediately be given to the CBI.
there's no need. There are motives.
This particular doctor, why Calcutta is burning today? Because this particular doctor is the accused persons were convicted. Then in the appellate court, they were acquitted. Before this honorable court also, because the evidence collected was such that even before this honorable court, the acquittal stood. And that is the reason why all the elderly people, because this happened 21 years back, and that Dr. Chandan Sen's memory is what ignites the elderly people of Kolkata to come onto the streets.
Manoj, we have
On the
handed the
last
papers.
occasion, Manoj, I had given some names. I had said I would give names of persons who were present at the scene of the crime on the invitation of the principal of the college, who had nothing to do with the college, nor were they on duty at that time. They arrived even before the police arrived on the scene. And we have reason to guess not.
Seven names, 7 names.
I have 4 names. I don't have 7 names.
Jaising, that's a part of the report to the CBI.
Yes,
has
Lord,
been-
with their designations, some of them are elected members of the West Bengal Medical Council. So this is the reason why we are arguing that this is not just a plain and simple murder and rape. There are many more people involved in the incident that has taken place.
Please, all that we'd like to say right now is that the report by the CBI does specifically advert to this. So let's leave it at that because we have further provisions.
I did not mention the names in open court. 2 of them I did give to the Solicitor General. There are 2 more which I will forward to him in sealed
My
cover.
lords, on the next occasion, there is a priority, my lords, with regard to
In
this
fact,
financial.
Solicitor, your report at Roman 9 at page 6.
No, on this,
on this Roman 9 at page 6.
Yes. Page 6 and 7, where my learned friend, Miss Jaisingh's,
That sentence, all of them,
yes,
so on and so forth.
My
and
lords,
so-and-so, they belong to so-and-so,
So-
and also members of.
Fair enough, fair enough.
my lords, just one thing with regard to this is that a lot of these people who have been mentioned, I am told, in the CBI report with regard to financial irregularities, but also being present at the scene of the crime when they had no business to be, many of them are in positions of power even today.
Even today.
And this is what is contributing to the threat culture, the enabling of threats, my lords.
But
So, my
while-
lord, if they could be, based on a prima facie appreciation of the status reports and the CBI investigation, sought to be suspended temporarily from their positions until the investigation is over.
My Lord, this is
That
one
is
of the
what we're
prayers.
seeking, my
My
lord.
Lord, this is one of the prayers which we have made in an application file before the court, which I would like to address you on. My Lord, today, repeatedly, it has been said that the doctors are not going back to work. The first statement I wish to make is the state of West Bengal has acknowledged in its reply that we are all back at work. I would like that statement.
right now,
One
that's not
second. Yes, it is. No, Mr. Mehta, it is linked. I'm trying to explain what accounts for the 51-day delay in their going back to work. I'm making a statement. I made a commitment on the last date of hearing that they will hold a general body and take a decision to go back to work. I am discharging that obligation by making a statement in writing that they have all gone back to work, and the state of West Bengal has acknowledged that in a reply filed by them today. So that issue, my lord, can be put to rest. Secondly, my lord, now the question is, what about the repetition of what happened last time? It is in that context that we say that the people who are being investigated by the CBI, 7 in number, are still in employment. And all that we are requesting is, this is the reason they didn't go back, because these people who are under investigation are still in employment in Archicor. And we only request temporary suspension of these people pending the inquiry so that we can go back there with a sense of confidence that they will not target us. Lord, I know an undertaking has been given and I make a statement, we've not been targeted. I've made that statement, my Lord. But how does one expect them to work in the same college when the same people who are under investigating are still, my Lord, in positions of power? Therefore, only they should be suspended. My Lord, I know that no disciplinary action can be taken against them until a proper inquiry is held. But surely, my Lord, they can be suspended to inspire that confidence.
Let's hear Mr. Dwivedi. Yes,
That's what we have, not in this language, but we have hinted at that, my lord, that if your lordship comes to page 7, just, my lord, at the top of the page, doctors belonging to so-and-so and also members of so-and-so, they claim that they tried to pacify the agitating trainee doctors. However, the agitating trainee doctors allege that aforementioned doctors were working on behalf of administration and also obstructing protests. Further investigation is.
My Lord, let's leave aside the protest.
Not
We are not on
restricted to
protest
RG for
anymore.
reports. It's not restricted to RG Kor. The people in positions of power are in positions of power with regard to the medical examinations, the examination board, the corporation that takes tenders, and the West Bengal Medical Council, my lords.
Mr. Solicitor, by the next date of listing,
My lords.
this is something on which you must apprise the court. I mean, who are the people, even on, forget whether they were involved in any conspiracy to hush up the murder, or that's a very important aspect, but keep that aside for a moment. Are there any people presently who are under investigation, who are in positions of authority in the hospital, against whom there is an allegation of involvement in financial irregularities?
Or my lord, with the crime.
Or with
Both.
the first crime.
Inside
Both-
and outside the
With
hospital.
the cover up and the financial irregularities.
Both are
Yes.
crimes.
Both
Yes.
are financial.
Either of the crimes or both of the crimes.
So let us know, because then.
So let CBI indicate, my lord, to us, my lord, who are those people, and we'll, my lord, then take.
No, we'll give them the names and see. We'll give them the names, that's no
Because,
problem.
Mr. Solicitor, ultimately, any action has to be taken by the state government as the disciplinary authority. For us to issue a direction of a general nature right now, without being in possession of full facts, would be really to take over that jurisdiction of a disciplinary authority. So I think it would be appropriate if at this level, at least there is some sharing of information.
Yes.
Yes,
I will
On
share.
what, with the state government. So that then they can, because suppose they were to take action and there is a petition challenging that action. The first question would be, what is the basis on which you have acted? Second, of course, you can suspend in anticipation of a disciplinary inquiry, but they must have some material. Have you, as a state government, have you taken any call on any disciplinary action against
my lord,
any
we
other
were told
person?
about 5 doctors, they have been, my lord, suspended, action have been taken. Rest, if CBI, as and when they tell us, my lord, something specific against them, or that they have been made accused, because investigation is very wide.
Who are the 5 doctors in RG Kor whom you have suspended?
Who are the 5 persons? I'm sorry.
The recommendation is that the head of the postmortem is supposed to be the head of the head culture.
Sir, there are many more than that. My lord, we
Just an argument.
willing to share the names with the state of West Bengal. And my lord, if they are not suspended, they can at least be asked to proceed on leave during this pendency of the CBI inquiry. Because, my lord, otherwise we'll be told again and again, you're protesting, you're not going back to work. My lord, it's been a big effort convincing them to go back to work. We've succeeded. And they have gone back to work. But the reason I'm raising this issue is, my lord, I don't want to come back to the court and say it's happening all over again. So let them just go on leave. I will give the names.
Please
My
give
lord.
the names to the CBI.
No,
And I will give the
Learned
names
Judge-
as well, my lord.
Chief Justice is saying it's for the state.
Mr. Saidi?
Please, my application 213387 is specifically on this issue, on behalf of doctors working across the state of West Bengal, where we have named specific individuals who are involved as part of the so-called mafia, syndicate, nexus, whatever my lord seems to call it. But this is the specific issue that we have identified, that the underlying motivation and the interstate nexus, not intrastate nexus, which is singularly responsible for what has ultimately happened, needs to be investigated. We have identified individuals in our application. That is the application number 213387.
Now,
So we will share
presently, we
those
are looking,
details.
right. Presently, we are looking at 2 aspects of RG Kor.
Please.
One, the actual incident which took place,
Please.
and the issue of financial irregularities.
Because this goes beyond our
Now-
it's the intent.
It does go beyond RG,
Minute.
my lords.
Absolutely.
No, my lord, today it's a question of
Just one
doctors
second.
going back to work.
The only question is that today, if we expand the investigation across other hospitals,
Please.
then we'll be in a situation where CBI will be left with an impossible situation. We are focusing on RG Kor, but rest assured, thereafter we'll see on what further to do. You have moved that application, that's important. At this stage, I think what you can do is, you can, Mr. Solicitor, you can look at the, IA, so that, you know, if there is any further, if you know, there is a need for broadening the investigation, you can apprise the court, and then we can pass whatever supportive orders are necessary to effectuate that purpose.
Sir.
But if this is a part of a broader nexus, either intra or interstate, then certainly this is a matter which we'll have to entrust to the CBI, of course. But before we do that, we must have some concrete material
Yes, sir.
from
We shall,
the applicants
examine
and
their-
we may share with the CBI.
No,
Flip was pointed.
Because we have been cautious in sharing the material because of the investigation is pending. I said, I have it in writing, but I'm not mentioning the names.
They are not going to take action because of the various doctors or groups of doctors or associations who are coming up with their own grievances and asking
No, no,
us
no,
here
no,
and there. Just a minute, please. On the last occasion, my lord, when the doctors association met, my lord, the CM, the Chief Minister, my lord, then they requested transfer of the Commissioner Police, the DC North, the Director Medical Education and Director Health Service, all of them have been transferred. My lord,
They
from there.
wanted resignation,
Now-
my lords.
Now resignation, dismissal, removal, so that's the whole problem.
But he was given a,
No.
the Commissioner of Police
It's
was
just that,
given
you know,
promotion.
for an inquiry that somebody, suppose that is challenged.
That was the plea, my lord. The resignation was
That,
the plea.
would that even stand? It has
Demand.
action which is.
And this is what they want.
They're not making any such demand. Let them go and leave.
Just allow me, brother.
Demands, my lord.
Now this is all of them signed it, so this is what they gave to us, we gave it to your lordship
Lord,
at the last.
may I
occasion.
just, your lordship will just.
Now, further, my lords, as and when, my lord, the CBI gives us, my lord, any information about any person, my lord, however high or low, of having been involved, my lord, in something, or that, my lord, his presence is not required, he should be removed, or he will be action will be
I
taken
would only
against them.
request, my lord, I would only
No
request,
difficulty.
I would request, my lord, them to give me those names in a sealed cover. I will pass it on to CBI.
No, and to the state.
This one, a fourth status report dated 30 September 2024 by the DIG, stroke head of branch, Special Crime -1 CBI, has been submitted to the court. Full stop. The status report indicates the leads on the investigation, which are being followed up by the CBI, and the steps which have been taken in the course of the investigation. Next. During the course of the hearing, learned counsel appearing on behalf of the resident doctors have submitted their concerns to the effect that, uske pehle, I just don't say that, learned counsel, without full stop. At this stage, it would be inappropriate. At this stage, where the investigation is in progress, it would not be appropriate to set down the details of the investigation or the leads which are being followed by the CBI, since that would compromise the status and effectiveness of the investigation. Full stop. At the same time, learned counsel appearing on behalf of the resident doctors, don't say at the same time, the CBI, as it appears before the court, is conducting an investigation on two facets. First, the alleged rape and murder which took place on 9 August 2024 at Ajikor Medical College and Hospital. And second, the allegations in regard to financial irregularities, which was also entrusted for the investigation of the CBI by the Orders Division Bench of the Calcutta High Court. To stop. Whether each of these are completely disconnected features, or whether there is a relationship between the two, is a matter again of investigation by the CBI. Full stop. During the course of the hearing, learned counsel appearing on behalf of the resident doctors as well as their associations have drawn attention to the fact that several persons against whom there are serious allegations of misdemeanor in the medical college and hospital are still occupying positions of responsibility. Full stop. The status report which has been submitted by the CBI indicates that several of these aspects are still under investigation. Stop. Responding to the submission of the doctors to the effect that the persons in positions of responsibility at the medical college and hospital should either be suspended or be directed to proceed on leave is a matter which will require examination by the state government as the as the appointing and disciplinary authority. Full stop. Mr. Rakesh Dwivedi, Learned Senior Counsel appearing on behalf of the state of West Bengal, has submitted that if the CBI would share with the state government such preliminary material which would indicate the complicity of any persons in positions of authority, the state government will duly take necessary action in accordance with law, consistent with the service rules and regulations. Full stop. That apart, in the event that it appears that the irregularities which are noticed in the context of the RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital cover not just the hospital in question, hospital and medical college in question, but extend to other such institutions within the state, within or outside the state,
So good.
the court may be, the investigating team of the CBI may be informed along the modalities which have already been prescribed by the earlier orders of this court. Thereafter, the court may take a call on what further directions to the CBI would be required to ensure that the investigation covers other aspects which may travel beyond the incidents which have taken place at the RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital.
Could my request?
Lord, I have a request to make, Lord.
Just record the IA number.
Now,
My lord,
sorry,
your lord,
I have one request, Lord.
please wait.
It's a fresh application.
The fresh application being IA number
213387 of 2024.
213387
87.
of 2024,
September.
which has been filed in that regard,
Please.
is taken on the file.
Great.
Full stop. Details of the IA may be shared with the investigating officers of the CBI, investigating officers.
my lord, your lordship may kindly record. My lord,
My IA number was-
Because I
Lord, may
have one
request.
request, Lord.
Now, just 1 second. Now,
I have one
a
request.
little bit time for Mr. Dwivedi. Mr. Dwivedi, between the last order and this order, today's hearing, what steps have been taken by the state of West Bengal
Yes.
for the installation of CCTV cameras?
We have filed an F.
2, for providing additional security. 3, for constructing duty rooms, which are separate from male and female doctors, for construction of toilets, for providing biometric access to critical areas of hospitals. What steps, what is the present improvement in the?
We have filed an affidavit, Lord, today, my lords, in the morning.
What have you
Now-
done?
My lords, we have shown the progress, my lord, in that, but we need some more time, my lord, to complete the task. Kindly have paragraph 8,
At page?
page 5. There have been some logistical delays, not because of release of funds and all that. Otherwise,
Floods
and
and floods in
massive floods.
floods in the state of the.
You have to take
still-
action now. How many new CCTV cameras have been installed? Tell us
Plus,
that.
we have mentioned CC at page 5, my lords, Your lordship, paragraph 8, last bottom, my lords.
Is it
6178 were to be installed, my lord. 26% have been installed, my lord, up till, and remaining we are likely to complete by 10th of October, my lords. And so far as RG Core is concerned, it is at paragraph 11.
Does it, no part of the work is above 50%, duty rooms 49%.
That's right.
Washrooms 40%,
What
lighting
did you-
arrangements 33%, CCTV installation 26%. Why is the progress so tardy? Because I mean,
Because
we have
of-
been monitoring this now for quite, since 9th of August, we are into
Because tender,
September.
etc. had to be floated because of all those, but we are like, we'll complete all this, not by maximum 15th October, my lords.
You have said 31st of October, completed by 15th of October now.
I'm saying 15th. I've told them, my lord, myself, they wanted time to be 31st so that we don't have to revert back for more time. But I want your lordships to post it by 15th October, my lord, so that by that time, my lord, we can give your lordships, most of the work will be completed, my lords. And so far RG Core is concerned, my lord, duty room, my lord, tenders, etc. have matured, but we have to take
Who's
permission from
looking after,
CBI.
who is now the principal at the RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital today? Has somebody been appointed?
Dr. Manas Banerjee.
He's come from outside or he was a doctor within actually?
He's from Bengal only.
No, but he was within Ajikor or he's come in from
No,
some
he
other-
was 4 years back, he has been in Ajikor.
He was principal of Barasat Medical College,
Which medical college?
Barasat Medical College.
Barasat Medical College.
And later on, sir, he was, after this incident, we reviewed his reputation. I knew him. So he was earlier MSVP of RGKR almost 4 years back, very efficient officer. So we got him back as a principal because he was already promoted. And one of our
He's from
best
Maharashtra, he's not
MSVP, Dr. Saptarshi Chatterjee, who was there in Bhakra Medical College. We also brought him. He's a young guy and he has developed quite a good reputation and a comfort with the resident doctors. And both of them are very well accepted within the.
I see.
His lordship, next time.
So you are the health.
He is the principal secretary, my Lord Health.
The Principal Secretary Health of Government of West Bengal, who is present in the course of the hearing, has informed the court that following the incident which took place on 9 August 2024, the state government has brought in 2 officers as the principal of the medical college and hospital and as the medical superintendent and vice principal. Full stop. These officers are bracket 1,
Professor
Doc-
Dr. Manas Banerjee.
Professor Dr. Manas Banerjee, who was earlier working as the who was earlier posted as principal at the
Barasat Medical College.
at Barasat Medical College, semicolon, and bracket 2.
Professor Dr. Saptarshi Chatterjee.
Professor Dr. Saptarshi Chatterjee,
He was posted as a MSVP of Bankura Sammelini Medical College.
who was previously posted as the medical superintendent and vice principal of the
Bankura
Bankura,
Medical
Bankura Medical College. The status report, which has been submitted by the state of West Bengal, indicates the following position in regard to the ongoing work at 28 medical colleges. 8 March को एक copy कर लो. As regards the status of the work at the RG Medical College, the status report is in the following terms, page 6 और 7 को भी दी. Though the state has indicated that the remaining work would be completed within a time frame of 31 October 2024. The court has been assured that all work would be completed by 15 October 2024.
We will make all endeavors, my Lord. Some little thing will
But
remain.
the state will make all endeavors to complete the work by 15 October 2024. To stop, the state shall positively ensure that work is completed by 15 October 2024.
It's not to push the point.
In
Irregularity has been going on for at least 2
RG
decades.
one moment.
If this irregularity has been going on for at least 2 decades,
We have recovered. I
It
see.
is all.
No, not recovery. I want the report. What does the report say? Because it
Obviously,
analyze.
they are following up those.
Yes.
Let us only say that they have, solicitors said that they have recovered that data. They are following up further investigating that.
Now, the second is whether, I do not know whether they have again examined Devashish Som, who happens to be one of the main persons concerned, because he was first examined, then he went into a hospital, he was released on the 12th of September.
Who's Devashish Som?
He is the main person with regard to the forensic. If there's any blotch-up being done with regard to the forensic report, squarely it goes to the North Bengal lobby and to this person
No,
called
no,
Devashish.
Devashish Som.
He's part of the forensics of RG
He
Corp.
has been examined.
He was examined prior to 12. Then he went, of a panic attack, he went into hospital. I think that's what newspaper reports say.
He was an employee of the Calcutta Police. Or?
No, he's a doctor from RG Corp.
Yes.
He's a forensic doctor from RG Corp. And who happens to be very close to the person, Molai, Banerjee or Chatterjee, I don't remember, and the main person who was the head.
Devashish Som in this status report?
I don't think, Manoj, I didn't get the name.
Just 1 second.
mentioned here, he was examined before hospitalization. And my lord, I may not, my lord, right now say much on that.
The